Welcome back to the Washed Athlete Podcast. This is episode number 36. And before we get started, I'd like to wish everybody a very happy Halloween. It's just past, what today?
It'll be 4 days ago when this pod
it'll be
comes
4
out.
days ago when this pod comes out, yes. Our Halloween was pretty good. I got violently sick. I had the flu immediately after getting the flu shot. I had to break a fever while we were all trying to get together and have a nice costume party, so that was really fun. But other than that, I hope everybody else had a nice, good, safe Halloween.
Your first mistake was getting the flu shot right before Halloween.
Okay, you know what? I expected my body to be built different. I, in fact, was not built different.
It didn't
not him.
I know.
I think I've gotten more aware of the flu shot making me feel ill since all the COVID vaccine made me feel bad because I didn't used to go into any flu shot with the thought that I would get sick from the shot, and then I never did get sick. I never felt sick, and then now all the time at my flu shot, I wake up the next day, I'm like, I could be a little sick right now, and then I don't know if it's a psychological thing or if it's just actually a physiological thing.
I don't know because none of the COVID shots messed me up.
Really?
No flu shot has ever really done me dirty like that. This one, and it wasn't even the next day, it was 2 days. So it had time to incubate. And then I was oh, my head kind of hurts a little bit. I'm fine. And then by the actual time that we had people over, I was oh, I'm going to throw up right now. And then completely shivering and everything. Yeah. So that's fun.
I remember getting the first COVID shot, and I knew it was going to make me feel bad. I didn't feel bad actually first. Second COVID shot, I was chilling, I actually ended up cutting myself at work, so I had to go to the hospital.
Oh my God.
It's a whole nother story for a different day, though. But then...
So I'm not the only one who cut his finger.
Yeah, no, mine was arguably worse. I almost got HIV and AIDS.
What?
And I'm getting clowned. Well, actually, I should be getting clowned.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should. That was your fault. Go check out episode 18. It's titled Raj cut himself or something like that.
Raj is an idiot, whatever.
Yeah. But I was it was exactly 12 hours after the shot, and all of a sudden, I started shaking. I started feeling like crap. I felt so ill so quickly, and I remember just posting on my Snapchat story. I don't know if you guys were on my private at that point, but I was just I'm dying.
I'm dying.
And then I went to bed, and I woke up the next day and I don't even know. I ended up going to lab the next day, and I don't know how I pulled it together because I was so sick and so ill.
I know. I always just wonder where it's if you come in so absurdly sick, I feel as a professor you need to be just go home.
Oh
yes,
it's so bad now. People in class today, people are
terrible.
I'm don't come to class. Number one, there's so many virtual options. Number two, college classes are barely attendance required. I've barely been in a class that in-person attendance is required. They always put virtual options out there because it's not hard now. So people are coming into class hacking up a lung. There's people in Kathy today doing a deep wet cough on the ground floor now. It's why are you studying on the ground floor? You should only be here with a mask on to go to class if you have to. Don't be studying in a public building.
That's the point that always pisses me off is that people don't understand what a mask does.
No.
Where it's it's from transmitting from me to you.
Yeah.
You're not helping anybody in this room by hacking up a lung. Put a mask on that. Stop coughing on me, and we're going to be good.
Well, everyone has masks, and we're not a mask shortage anymore.
Exactly.
So go find a mask somewhere and put one on in class. You're you are disgusting.
Exactly.
I was mildly sick for a week, and I was you know what? I'm just going to wear my mask the entire time. There's people who are wet, coughing, blowing their nose. And if you bring out a tissue in class and start actively blowing your nose a ton, and it's not because of just regular allergies, I'm going to kill you. It bothers me.
You heard it here. First, folks, Justin's going to commit homicide.
Yes.
It's so, that's neat. No, blowing your nose.
I was trying to get you.
People, oh my, it's so bad. You just, they'll start to, they'll put it back on the table or put it back in their pocket.
Stop.
And then they'll think I'm doing it. It bothers me so much. I'm stop. Why are you doing here?
Did this happen in rehab science?
Yes. And all the time.
Because it's only
I got names. I got receipts.
Oh. Well, because it's only going to get worse now because we're getting further into November.
I know.
And speaking of getting further into November, Christmas decorations are somehow already up. They were actually up in October. What happened to Thanksgiving? Where did it go?
I don't know.
The vault opened. All I want for Christmas is now I'm going to start playing at every retail store.
That's my favorite. Every single year, it's the trend has begun. And someone's looking at Google Trends. And then it's the peak of All I Want for Christmas Is You. And then it comes down and then it's flatlined.
Yep.
And then there's just the one bump. And it's we've begun.
It's interesting. I like Christmas season. I like the vibes. But I also really like Thanksgiving. I've always been on this. And it doesn't make a lot of sense if you don't have the vision for it. But if you normalize every holiday for spending, I think Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Like I think if you took because like obviously trillions of dollars are spent on Christmas every year.
Yeah.
But that's not how much money is spent on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's pretty low key. You just spend money on like food or like getting some people to travel around
Black
certain places.
Friday.
So I think if you like Black Friday's not Thanksgiving.
That's a
Different.
That's not a holiday.
Yeah. That's just a day.
It's for
That's
me.
just a day.
Congrats, you have money.
Oh, you think I have money?
So like if you normalize all the spending, I think Thanksgiving is pretty low key. You have some good food, you hang out with family, and like no one makes it. It's not like a crazy big deal.
I feel like it can be very hit or miss though, because if you have people cooking that are not good at
It's no, yeah.
Monster L. Also, if the conversation at dinner does not go in a good direction,
Like politics.
exactly, and especially this year, right where it's like, oh, we're gonna have some very probably controversial, like,
And you're living in PA now.
Exactly.
John Fetterman.
Exactly. John Fetterman, Oz.
Mehmet Oz.
Yeah, Mehmet
Will
Oz.
steal your kids.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's going to be very interesting. I can't wait for that.
When I went back home this past weekend, some people were talking about like the election going on in PA. I was like, y'all shouldn't be worrying about this. Like, you're not from like you're
from New Jersey.
You're from New Jersey.
You
like, just
should
don't.
not care.
I was like, don't even like concern yourself.
Exactly.
Which is not the right approach. But I was like, you guys don't like. It's a crapshoot. Like, just don't worry.
It's
about
not
it.
going to matter.
Yeah. So no, it's ridiculous. I walked into Starbucks this morning and
Already holiday.
I was like, the holiday drinks are out, and they were wearing like green and red, and the workers, and I was like, why?
It's November 3rd.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I could hear an argument for like
After Thanksgiving.
I'm a big after Thanksgiving person, but like I could hear an argument for like mid-November just to get like a jump start on it.
As long as there's double digits, I could see it.
Yes.
But this is
Like,
still too
like
early.
Halloween ended 4 days ago. It's so like
They were up before Halloween.
Yeah.
When we were at Target on Halloween, it was the Christmas displays.
It was
were already
before
set up.
Halloween, and we were going and getting stuff for a Halloween party. And we went to the section. It was completely sold out of Halloween stuff. And then they were already putting up Christmas gear in the exact like opposite end. It's like, what are we doing?
October 23rd. Me and Kaylee were there, and they were selling Christmas trees.
Trees?
Yeah,
Fire.
like artificial trees.
Oh.
Like, that's when they were selling. That's when they had their display up for getting ready for Christmas. Was October 23rd.
That's ridiculous.
It was absurd. And if I hear Christmas music before,
I'm gonna punch a hole in the wall.
it bothers me
For
so much.
Christmas
Like then it's overplayed,
is you.
and I like Christmas music. Like I enjoy the Christmas
Yeah.
music, but like it doesn't need to be played for 2 months leading up to the day.
Because then it ruins it by the time the actual time comes around. It's like, I don't want to hear any of
Because
this.
then you put the Christmas playlist on at the party,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, no one cares anymore because they've been listening to this stuff for like forever. So
God knows how long. Yeah, exactly.
no, it's ridiculous, and I can't. I don't think like the whole area hasn't transformed in Pitt yet to Christmas season, but
Yeah.
like slowly these companies and like these businesses are gonna change, and then it's gonna be like it's just
It's
gonna
a
be
stepping stone.
downhill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait for UPMC Christmas.
Are you getting gifts from UPMC? Like,
I hope.
I hope I'm getting gifts from UPMC too.
there's no shot they're giving us anything.
Like, I want a free shirt at least.
I'm getting a flu shot badge. That's how I go in.
There we go. Oh yeah, I got one of those too.
It's white though, so really it's like Christmas.
It's,
Oh, they're not
exactly. Yeah,
purple
it's the
anymore?
snow. Yeah.
No, they're not purple anymore.
Yeah,
Have you not gotten your flu shot yet?
No, he's getting
Gosh.
it the day before he like legally was required to.
It's on the 15th.
Breaking news: Raj is anti-vax.
I
Raj
will
is
bring my
an-
medical records in right now.
I will DDoS myself on this podcast to prove.
Tdap, influenza, hepatitis A through Z.
I had to get this really weird vaccine for shadowing at Children's Hospital. I don't remember what it was, but it was like pretty much for whooping cough, but like
Yeah,
you only get it when you're a kid, and like you don't really get the booster when you're older
yeah.
because you don't need it. And then all of a sudden they were like, "You need a whooping cough vaccine." I was like, "There's no way!" Like my
Yeah,
mom like vaccinated.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not anti-vax. Like my mom vaccinated me against everything. And they're like, "No, like it's
No,
just
it's
like
fine.
you just
Like-
need like the booster because like you're gonna go with the kids." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
I was like thinking I like went all these years without getting a vaccine. I was gonna be like, "Mom, what the hell?
What's
Like,
wrong with you? It's like,
You made it pretty long then if you didn't.
yeah.
what?"
Just saying. If you didn't get any vaxes.
Oh no, he's saying he didn't get the one.
I know. I'm
Yes.
saying if you didn't get any vaxes, you made it pretty
I
far.
know.
Congrats.
Well, I mean, there are kids that do go a while. Like they go like their entire lives, like thinking that, like, yeah, like
Imagine
you
coming to
don't have
college. Like imagine like getting out of like you grew up in a really rural area, like not many vaccines. Like family doesn't believe that. You come to college and then like all of a sudden, like, you're like, well, I should get my vaccines. Like, I'm like
Yeah.
breaking away from my family a little bit.
And you have to
And
get
then
all of
you have to get all of them. Hep A, Hep B, Hep C,
Yeah.
the flu shot, the COVID
Measles,
vaccines,
mumps,
rubella,
Varicella. Oh my God.
chickenpox,
meningitis,
meningitis,
HPV.
just everything.
And you've got like, and there's multiple series to them. Like,
Yeah,
you get
it's
multiple shots of Hep A and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like oh my god.
And you can't get them all at once. You die.
You would your immune system would just shut down.
Yeah.
Like,
You'd be like, what the hell is
I
going
want
on?
the Infinity Stones of childhood vaccination.
That'd be so. I could not even imagine. Like when I get one shot now, I'm like, I gotta get this again. Like, when I get the tetanus shot, the tetanus shot's it puts you through
the
the ringer.
tetanus shot one actually hurts.
It
That's
does.
like one of the only ones that like actually.
You only need it every like 12 years or something. But like,
Yeah.
I know when I need to get it again after 12 years, it's gonna be a tough one.
Exactly.
You like going into war. Like, oh man,
Here we go.
Yeah. But speaking of nothing that we were talking about, completely off topic.
Amazing transition.
Yeah, we're known for transitions around here
Oh,
on the
yeah, of
Shadley
course,
podcast.
yeah.
I was asking people for some advice for some like things that we should talk about today, and someone brought up the idea about the amount of money that would change your life. And we're gonna get into the Powerball in a little bit about how big it is. But if you had to put like a monetary value together to be like, this would alter my life for X, Y, or Z, what would it be?
However much I would need to pay in tuition.
Tuition?
Yeah, just to cover the rest of my expenses through my college career. That would completely.
That's fair.
Yeah.
$1.99 for a grilled chicken burrito wrap at Taco Bell.
Is that including tax?
Oh, it's not.
Nope, you locked into it. You only got $1.99. No! You already did it. You already did it.
Actually, I only get a drink during happy hour. No.
I forgot Taco Bell's happy hour.
Taco Bell's happy hour.
Yeah.
From 2 to 5, $1 any size drink. And free
2 to 5 is just simply not happy hour.
for Taco Bell.
That's the
it is.
joke.
Yeah.
That
What
bothers
about
me.
you, Justin?
I would say $500,000. Because with $500,000, all of undergrad gone, probably all of med school completely gone. But it also gives you money to live in med school, where you can actually like make financial investments and make like decisions for your future. That like I don't need like to just like I don't need to like not work again. Like if I didn't want to work again, I would just not go into medicine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in school for like damn near a decade. But
Damn, they're 2 decades.
for real, yeah.
I mean, we made it 20 years of schooling. Just add another 20 onto there.
That's one way of looking at it.
So, you know, you're just going to be working and then you're going to die and it's
Yeah.
going to be fine.
Exactly. Oh,
But-
well.
You pay off all of med school, and then you can like pay for like your living situation in med school. So then none of that is like even touching your own money or anything touching. So you don't have any loans essentially.
Yeah.
So that once
that's
you
the
start
big
going into residency and making like the average like $60,000 a year, that is just like straight pocket.
Yeah.
And then even if you put like some of that extra like $500,000
Like
into
invest
like
that somewhere.
certain investments or just like
It'll just-
outright buying a home or something, you can actually
Yeah.
like move forward with your life. Because the biggest problem is like once you start making $60,000, you put your loans on like the lowest monthly payment possible.
Yeah.
But like you're also 26, 27 if you took a gap year, 28 if you took 2 gap years, and you want to like start going with like a family and get like married and stuff, and then
Yeah.
suddenly you're like, wait, I have no money. And you're taking out more loans from the bank, so suddenly you've got your med school loans, your living expenses loans, your like possible marriage, wedding,
Yeah.
honeymoon loans, and then you're just like, and I make $60,000.
Exactly.
But then once you actually like get out of that,
It's all good, but
fine.
it's that window right there that it'll really help.
Yeah,
out a
because
lot.
like I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are like they got a lot of money. They'd be like, I just wouldn't want to work again. And like I was like, we'll talk about that in a second with the Powerball, but like I wouldn't not want to work.
I would get so bored.
Like I don't know what I would do during a day.
Yeah.
Like I'm really good at just like doing nothing. Like I can like occupy myself, like go on a run in the morning, like
Yeah.
like work out hard and like
Yeah.
do some fun things, watch TV, play video game stuff. But like every single day, that would be a
I couldn't do that.
Especially now in college, being so busy, I'm like, if I'm not doing work like any minute of the day now, I'm like,
I feel
What am I-
stressed.
what am I doing with my time?
doing? Yeah.
I was like not doing anything before class today because I had a really bad headache, and then I was like, I gotta do flashcards. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
like,
behind. And I was
yeah.
like, my head literally hurts. Like stop.
Exactly.
But that's how like I'm wired now. So like especially now being in college, I'm like, there's no way. Like I
Yeah.
could.
I would have to work. I would have to be doing something. Like obviously, it's like I would like if this is probably transitioning more. Into
Well, we can transition to it.
Yeah,
So
no, I was
essentially,
about to say
the Powerball right now, if people aren't aware, is at $1.5 billion. The jackpot pays out to be like $900 million, which obviously.
Oh, like after taxes. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Um,
I was about to ask how much.
Because,
is
you know,
after
the
taxes.
government just needs to take all the money.
Give it
Yeah.
money.
So like $900 million. Obviously,
Still.
like obviously life changing. Like any value over $10 million is like you're set for life.
Yeah.
900 million is like generational wealth.
Easily. Yeah.
So like 900 million, essentially it's like life. It's just life altering money.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine what you like. I don't know my reaction. Like I think about like my reaction when I get into medical school. Like imagine reaction being like,
yeah,
you never had to pay for anything again.
Yeah, here's $900 million.
Mhm.
Here's a check for that.
You can buy like low level sports franchises for that amount of money.
You could probably buy a couple hockey teams if you want.
Definitely MLS teams.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just go. Probably not any like New York or Philly team.
No,
Like,
no.
If you went and bought like, you could probably buy like a Colorado team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like just go buy a sports team.
Yeah, exactly. But so life altering money, like, what do you do?
Okay. So if I got the Powerball, I'm investing as much of the money like as I like feel is necessary to like not only like make sure that I have. I mean, obviously it's $900 million. Like I'll be like I know I will be fine, but it's like I want to be able to then set my family up for the future. So it's like like investing in like well, first of all, I would hire people that are way smarter than me at investing to then invest the money.
Yeah, and you wouldn't
somewhere.
have to pay him a lot. Like think about like if you just got like a high profile investor who's known for handling like big money jobs.
Exactly.
Like, you only got to pay him like $50,000 a year because he's also getting paid by a bunch of other people. So
and
like,
also I'm sure he gets like a piece of like whatever you're investing as well. So it's like you're probably not like, but yeah. So I would hire the very intelligent people to actually be handling my money.
Yeah.
But like so that way it like isn't going anywhere in the future. I would probably invest in gold just in case too, because who knows what's going on in this world. But a lot of it I would want to try and give back because like that like
philanthropist.
Like what am I gonna do with $900 billion?
You can't.
Like what? Like
you can't think about what to do with $100 million. Like it's still
like obviously I'm gonna buy a nice house. Obviously I'm gonna buy like the nice stuff, whatever. But like after a certain point, it's like I'm not gonna know what to do with it. It's like once I have like already like it's like okay, so my wealth, my family's wealth are taken care of for like ever, basically.
Yeah.
That it's like okay, so I know that I have all of like the luxury. I have my house, I have the car, I have whatever other things that I would buy.
You buy a boat.
I guess I could buy the boat. I wouldn't even think about that. Yeah, I could buy
banana boat.
The banana boat. Exactly. But then after that, like I would try to look into like investing either in I don't know, like renewable energy, like any cancer research, anything that would like really help out like as many people as possible, like clean water in areas that don't have
being
it. Like,
so rich that like you're that guy who like I couldn't even imagine being like, yeah, I donated $100 million to like
that's just
center.
wild.
That's absolutely wild to me. I'm like, I can donate $5 to candy stand.
I know. Like the other day, I've been walking up and down Forbes all the time, and there's this like one stand, and it's for like children's cancer.
Yeah, I donated. I got roped into it.
Wait, they said you had to be 21 to donate.
Oh, there's a different stand.
Oh, okay. Because it was so funny. Because
no.
I walk past the same girl every time, and she's like, "Hey," I'm like, "I'm not 21. I can't donate yet."
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay."
No, I work with I'm in a club called Connecting Champions that works with kids with cancer. So the guy comes up to me, he's like, "You want to help out kids with cancer?" And I was like, "Well, damn!" Like, I was like, not only am I like in a club and it goes against what I stand for, but I was like, I don't have any money.
Exactly.
But no, I can't even imagine like being that guy who's like, yeah, $100 million in the check.
It's like, yeah, I'll write you guys a check.
Yeah, like even in $1 million, like
it's insane. Like yeah, just
like lab gear is expensive. I know from like working in a lab, but like $1 million still gets you pretty far.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be cool. Donating that much money.
Yeah.
And it's a tax write-off.
We don't need to worry about that.
What do you do for work then?
I would want to work in some sort of hospital. I would still want to be a doctor because then like I feel like it would be so much less stressful because then it's like, okay, I'm not doing this for work. It's like I'm here because I want to be here. Like I want to help people. Like that would really be my thing. Like I don't know exactly where I'd work. I probably wouldn't work in the most high stress environment possible, considering it's like if I have just generational wealth, I don't need to try to kill myself over this. But I would try to like give back somewhere. Would
you go down the med school route, or would you just try to find a way to work in a hospital, not med school?
I would probably still go med school.
Yeah. It's like where it's touch the line. I'm like, oh, I really want to do it, but then also it's like
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work to get there, and you don't need to do it at all.
You don't need to, yeah.
You just sit on your butt all day.
You could.
I didn't invest in a lot of. Actually, no. I'm gonna go to Raj first before I.
Gotta say radiology. What?
Are you going to answer the question that he
Oh,
asked?
what I'll do
or-
with the money.
Yes, what do you do? That's the whole point of the question.
First, pay off my loans. Probably buy.
You have $900 million, and your first thing is like, okay, I need to pay off my loans. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I want to start with a blank slate.
Oh my god.
Then after that, definitely got to invest.
Well, hold on. When you stop college,
When I stop
drop out?
college. No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'd still want to continue the med school round and just do everything. But I mean, it's less stress to know I'm like set. So like, if it doesn't work out, oh well. I can just transition.
oh
to
man,
something
imagine
else.
being able to hire like a whole MCAT like tutor program.
That's what I was about to say. You
Oh,
hire just the
man.
best tutors like
And it still won't help.
ever.
So, I don't, honestly, like, I would invest, probably buy a house at one point. Just start
Probably. What do you mean?
start dumping money into assets.
I'm,
so I
I'm
can
debating
convert that
between
money.
being homeless and buying a house, but I think I'll go with the house.
You know, with $900 million, I might just be homeless.
I gotta start converting the money into assets so it just doesn't, get tanked by inflation. Convert my money into all these assets and then, just go from there.
That is the most vague thing. So you're doing all this yourself?
Sure.
this is no plan.
It's a noble plan. I got this.
It's a noble plan.
I got
This
this.
is
You're getting a
awful plan.
$900 million check, and you're
I'll
just
donate
like,
to charity as well.
oh,
Which charity?
that's such a cop out.
Toys for Tots.
That's the first one you thought of.
The American Red Cross. UPMC.
That's not a charity.
Oh.
That is a company.
Oh.
They don't need your money.
They don't need your money.
Well,
God.
You're the worst.
You're the worst. Anyway,
I don't
Justin,
know what to do with $900 million like that.
something. Like, what would you buy?
What would I buy with $900 million?
Do I need to put a gun to your head? Like,
I'm really indecisive.
oh my God.
I'll buy a car, like a nice sports car. Let's just leave it at that. I honestly
No
don't
type
know.
of sports.
Yeah, just
I
a
cannot see
generic
you
one.
driving a sports car.
Fine, I'll buy myself a
No,
Honda
I
CRV.
could see him.
You can
driving.
see Raj driving a sports car?
I could see Raj driving a BMW first day, wrapping it around a tree, and being like, I don't want it anymore.
I didn't want it. I didn't like
I
it.
didn't want it anyway.
You know what?
Comment below what kind of car Raj
Honda
would drive.
CRV, a black Honda CRV. That's what I want.
So just the Acura you have, but a CRV.
Yeah,
I
simple.
don't know if I would get a Tesla. I don't think I would. I think I'm trying to get like the BMW i8. It's the
Yeah.
BMW version of a Tesla.
Yeah,
Because I just don't trust Musk.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the Apple car to come out.
Oh, so then
The
at that
Apple
point,
car.
it's just a battle between companies of who controls your car and information.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, but Apple already has so much control of everything I own that
Do
It
you
doesn't
want
really-
Apple to control your life behind the wheel?
Bro,
I don't really
They
do-
might as well already do that.
That's true.
they already listen to me. They get all my data on my computer, all the data on my phone,
Yeah.
my HomePod, all the data off that, my watch, my AirPods that I've lost 2 pairs of,
Hi, weird flex. Keep going.
everything. It doesn't matter at that point. People are always concerned about people listening. This is what bothers
Man,
me.
they've been listening since 2001.
Have you
Okay.
ever heard about the pigeons?
It baffles me when people come up with these that they hate these tech companies because they're listening and they're collecting data on them. I'm like, so what?
What is your information going to do?
What are they going to do with that? They're just going to come up with better schemes to market towards you. I'm going to be honest. Most of the time, I like being marketed towards. 'Cause I buy stuff and I like it.
It's like, oh, I like this product.
I'm like, oh, cool. I like nice pairs of shorts.
There we
Wow,
go.
this company
Wow,
is
look at
selling a
that,
nice pair of
chubbies,
shorts.
Look at
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
They're on my Instagram feed.
My favorite thing is, but they're selling my data illegally. You signed a.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
read
you-
the fine print.
Exactly. It's like you hit the I agree to terms of service without even reading anything.
It's not like I
Be honest, who actually read the entire terms of services?
Well, there's
Or at
one
least a little
dude
bit
on
of it.
YouTube that reads all of them for us.
yeah.
That's
So you can find one person that has.
okay.
No, people are always they're listening, and I'm like, they're not listening as much as you think, and I'm like,
Second of all, they don't really care about you.
they don't. They just care about marketing and getting you to spend money, which I also like to spend money. So
Exactly.
it doesn't really
It's
matter.
not really the company. Like the companies, it's like at the end of the day, they just want your money.
That's all they want. Yeah.
It's like the governments. That's where it's like they might be up to some more shady stuff.
Yeah.
But This company's like, yeah,
Like,
they want your money.
They want to know like what time you wake up in the morning, probably, so that they can market things for you. If you're a really late riser, they might want to market different things to you, or whatnot. But they don't actually care when you wake up.
Yeah,
they're not going to send a SWAT team to your house at 8 a.m. when you wake up to like hot gotcha.
Gotcha.
That's all they're doing.
They're not going to arrest you because you woke up late. Like,
no, and data security is like a problem in like the country and with like tech companies, but like not like in a sense that like they're going to like take you down or like destroy your life.
It's not like your. It's not the fact that it's like it's your government or it's like your government or like the companies that are trying to sell to you that are really going to be doing anything with that information. No, it's like for the vast majority of people, unless like you are a terrorist, like you don't really have to worry.
No, listen, if you were dealing drugs, or if you're a terrorist, I would be concerned. I'm not gonna lie, I would be really concerned.
Yeah,
I would go back to a flip phone.
Yeah, burners.
Like, I would go that whole route. But
for the like 99.999% of people. What are they going to do?
We are not drug dealers. Therefore,
putting it out there that we, in fact, are not. Shockingly,
right?
Who would have guessed that? Right? Just 3 random college kids.
Yeah, not drug dealers. We're not Jesse Pinkman.
I know. Yeah, we're not. Walter. Jesse, we need to cook.
Jesse, they're after us, Jesse. Run.
First thing, $900 million.
Yeah, what are you buying?
Obviously, loans go by the wayside. I'd take a gap year. I wouldn't. Part of the reason to go to like med school right afterwards is because don't want to like spend a year off. Just want to keep going through. Like get paid as a physician earlier. Like confident I want to go to medical school already. So like don't need to take a gap year. But like I would just take a year off to like situate myself
and just like refocus
and completely like buy in. Like make sure I have like, every single experience lined up so that like retake the MCAT if I want to even like get like a elite score just to get into like the med school of my choice. But like still go to medical school. And then, but like that would give the option to like do things while you're in medical school, like buy a house where you want to like settle down. So just like, you can just kind of be like, I'll just only apply to Philly medical schools because like I want to live in Philly. And if I don't get in for 3 years, who really cares? Cause I have all this. What part of Philly? Where the med schools are, like University City.
Okay. It's just,
he's not going to buy. God. What? He's not going to gentrify a neighborhood by buying a mansion in the middle of the poorest areas, Raj. You schmuck.
That's what you want me. That's what you think I'm going to do?
I don't.
I'm going to buy up all the real estate.
He's just going to become a slumlord.
I'm going to change West Philadelphia.
He's going to make Jacob the landlord.
Oh God, that's what Jacob would do. He would buy every single low income housing he could do and raise the rent through the roof. That's all he would do.
He actually wouldn't do that, guys.
He just sucks at Monopoly, and we say he'd raise rent on Section 8 housing.
Which he would.
Yeah.
If that meant he would win a Monopoly, he would do that.
Jacob's catching hands right now. He's not even on the
ball. Well, yeah, it's too bad because he can't defend himself.
But no, I definitely like buy a house and just be like, I'm gonna just stay in like this area, which would probably be like Philly or New York City. Just like I'm just staying in this area. That's all I'm gonna do.
Jersey?
Shut up.
I just don't want to stay in New Jersey.
The taxes are really high there.
That's awesome.
I don't care about the taxes.
Oh yeah, I guess that.
I'm passionate about New Jersey taxes. I can get into a rant because people. I think we talked about it on the pod. I think we talked about it on the pod when we had the Louisiana versus New Jersey debate. Like people pay high taxes in New Jersey because you get good education.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Louisiana, you don't pay that much in taxes. Meanwhile, you can't send your kids to a public school because they're going to join a gang. They're gonna get no education. That's just like simple facts. So like
I would have said they would have had a class in the swamp, now they would have joined a gang.
That's just how it is. So like you
caught me so off guard. It's coming from you, Justin. Jesus Christ.
People got these like thoughts out here that like all these taxes are like a money grab. I'm like, yeah, you get what you pay for. So like New Jersey healthcare is good. In New Jersey, schooling is good. So I'm like, you know what? It makes sense that you pay your taxes a little bit.
Yeah.
Public transit in New Jersey is not bad. It could use a little bit of work, but it's not. It could be worse. But like, we don't live in a big city. New Jersey is a pretty safe area besides Camden because we don't have big cities.
Besides, Camden. But
what about Dirty Bruns?
Dirty Bruns, Trenton.
Patterson,
Newark. Let's ignore all this.
City.
Okay, when you compare it to like Philadelphia,
that's fair. Chicago,
McKeesport,
Detroit.
When you compare it to the other big cities in the area, New York, McKeesport's one of the most dangerous areas in the country.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Like you wouldn't think about it, but
Or like the south side of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Well, we know that.
yeah. But McKeesport's been like voted as like one of the more dangerous areas in the country. I think Camden won that award a couple years ago. So shout out Camden.
Yo, shout out Camden.
Represent.
But you know, I'd buy a place and just kind of like commit myself to like one specific area. I'd buy a Tesla until the Apple Car came out.
Then I would sell Tesla to the Apple Car.
The Apple Car come out. I'd buy like a beach house somewhere in Jersey somewhere. I'd also buy up property in areas that I would like want to stay in for short periods of time.
Yeah, that's
so,
what
like,
I was just about to say.
So like
that.
one on like the Gulf of Florida, like a nice like little beach house there, and then like I can rent it out to people. I would hire someone to manage that for me, but like okay,
it's like you.
My dad would do it. Like I just retire my dad.
Yeah, just send him to Florida. I mean, that's where all old people go.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah, I just send my dad to Florida, retire him, and have him manage all my properties.
Yeah, there you go.
Like in other areas online, he could just take care of all the Airbnb stuff.
Exactly.
So like get a house in Florida.
So would you be? Wait, I'm sorry. I cut you off. Would you be a scumbag Airbnb owner where like, you make the person clean the house top to bottom? You give them like a list of chores they need to do at the house, or would you be like a normal?
No, I'd probably just have my dad clean it.
Yeah.
Me and my dad both don't mind really cleaning. I enjoy cleaning. Like if I could make a lot of money in my life cleaning houses, I would, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Like if it was like a $200,000 a year, I would have just not gone to college. I would just clean
Justin,
houses.
our living room's kind of a mess right now. You want to help us out?
Do you want to pay me money?
No.
Yeah, you can.
So like I enjoy like organizing things, especially if people are just like clean my plate. I hate peppermint patties.
Why was that so
Anyway, so no, I wouldn't be like that. I hate when Airbnbs have too many rules.
I know. It's so
because it makes it too much stressful. Like you just want to enjoy your vacation, and like I mean, obviously the rule like don't throw big parties, like don't like leave the place like a complete train wreck and stuff. But like I don't know if like there's some trash laying around, like
it's just like like you didn't like tuck in the bed sheets.
Mm-hmm,
like,
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'd buy like a lake house in the Poconos, a beach house in Florida, probably a house out in Cali somewhere.
Little bungalow in Cali.
Yeah, like some like lake house in Michigan or something. And whatnot, and probably
just get property in each
cabin. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Have a house in each state.
Yeah,
God,
like literally something like that. Have it all managed, like Airbnb kind of stuff. I'd make cool Airbnbs too. Like I'd even build like an Airbnb that's like super rad.
I would honestly want to do that. Like if you make cool houses and then just like rent them out to people for like actual prices.
Well, they have these really cool Airbnbs that like one's like shaped like the tent in Harry Potter where they go into. And it gets really big on the inside. So like they have Airbnbs like that are kind of almost like built into like a mountain type. So like that's how it can open up.
What would we do for the bayou in Louisiana? We should make one for Jacob.
Well, we got to drain the swamp first.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we could do that with the money.
Let's build a big hole.
What I was thinking is a rocket ship.
A rocket? Oh, were you're gonna build your own rockets
with a big vacuum? It'll just suck all.
Now we sound like Elon.
There we go.
Just suck all the water out and fly.
We're gonna build a tunnel that goes underneath the ocean from the United States to Europe.
Yes,
and then we invade. Or retake it. Hey, remember 1776?
Oh my god.
In 1812?
You're the worst.
Yeah, Raj is doing like reverse imperialism right now because you want like India to invade Great Britain.
We already did. We got a brown boy as prime minister.
Oh my god. Actually, yeah, that is true.
I did see that. That was like
that was like big.
I didn't see that coming.
Is
that the first? Is it the first Indian prime minister?
Cool.
I'm sure there's a portion of Great Britain right now that is not happy.
Yeah,
probably a larger portion than they would like to admit.
Yeah,
that is very upset with it.
I'm like that feels. It doesn't feel quite equivalent. I think it's a little bit different, but it feels almost equivalent to Barack Obama being president. It's almost like more of a bigger moment because like the United States didn't per se like go into like Africa and invade.
I guess the United States itself didn't.
Yeah. The United States itself didn't do that, whereas Great Britain went and invaded
India. Much more recently.
Yes.
Yeah, but even like they are, I would say it's like
it was the 1940s, I think, when they pulled out of there. It's not long ago at all.
Oh yeah, it was the 40s.
Civil rights movement was also 60, 70.
No, 60s.
Yeah, because 60s to 60.
Yeah, but it's like I think they're both like significant for like their own reasons.
Yeah.
They're very different, so it's like. But yeah, it is very interesting to think that it's like that was Great Britain that was the one that invaded India. and was controlling it for the
And
longest
now
time.
we're taking it back. We're gonna get the diamond back.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We're also doing a reverse invasion where we have an American in the royal family. So we're just doing the backwards loop up into
And
the
reverse
monarchy.
gentrification from last episode.
Exactly. So there we go. There we
So
go.
pretty much we've got everything going on.
Got
right
everything
now.
covered.
But no, I'd make some cool properties, like make money
sounds
that way.
cool, yeah.
I mean, that's passive income. That's when you can kind of just like
Passive income.
yeah, and then when you eventually like die off, like you just pass it to your kids. Like that,
Exactly.
you would definitely never have to worry about money, and you could just like abandon the rest of your money in like charity and stuff because like
Yeah.
because property would make money.
Abandoned.
No, well,
Like
I'm saying like
donate.
theoretically,
Okay,
I'm like
donate.
theoretically you could just get rid of the rest of the wealth because like you'll make money.
Exactly.
Off of that.
Continue to make-
And then if people like break things in the home, you can just be like a nice landlord and just like buy it.
It's like, yeah, that's fine.
And not
No.
make
As long as it's not like egregious.
yeah. But like if it was like we were like we dropped
We tried to move.
we dropped I'd also have like nice amenities like I'd buy plates and stuff and I know if they'll get broken over time but like
Yeah.
what's $20 for a new like set of crappy plates every here and there.
Exactly. When you're making like an ungodly amount of
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause then you get good reviews and then people want to stay at your property
There you
and
go.
and
I
whatnot.
really like that. I
Yeah.
really like that idea.
So a lot of Airbnbs maybe in every state will just take over.
Let's
Although
just
I don't know
buy
like
this
where
and
I
make
would
it
get an Airbnb and like
right here. Just take this and make it an Airbnb.
we could do that.
I
Well-
checked the price on Zillow. It ain't
Well,
that much.
what you probably want to do is you want to buy like a couple houses so that way you have
Just
like the
buy all
full
of them.
property.
the street.
Yeah, you were about to DDoS this street.
Yeah.
That's the street. Oops. Undisclosed.
I feel like
street
we-
in Pittsburgh.
I might have blocked it out before, but we've definitely
We
been
probably
close-
have said
Yeah.
like
we've been close to doxing this place before.
yes, yeah.
It's not like that. We have 21 subscribers who would really care.
Yeah. No.
But
what
shout
I
out
was
to
gonna-
everyone who watched the last episode. That
Yeah.
was 28 views. That was pretty banging
Yeah,
for us. So
big
thanks.
views,
Make
yeah.
sure you drop a like and comment below if you like
Yes.
stuff too. But what else would I do? I didn't even get anywhere. I take a gap year, go back to medical school, finish my degree. I'd probably just work in primary care.
Yeah.
I might still work in primary care anyway, but like I would probably just do that more so like my life is not as like
Yeah.
stressful because like I would probably be also interested in pursuing other endeavors.
Yeah.
Like I would definitely want to coach track and field.
Yeah.
With the money, partly because like I wouldn't need to work as much, or I'd be willing to like alter like a work
Mhm.
schedule a little bit. Like I'll like work 20 hours a week, but like I want to do this on the side or something like that. What are you playing?
I think I would. I think something else that I would also want to do, like probably because like I would probably want to be a doctor for like a while, but then eventually I would want to go back and teach
Yeah,
because like I do love teaching people.
you play that thing one more time.
Just turn his laptop
No,
off.
no.
But yeah, that's like definitely like if I just literally went back and taught like Bio 1 and just like was like one of those awesome.
You would be a college professor?
Yes.
Interesting.
I
I
would
could
love to be a
see-
college
later in my
professor.
life. I'd want to.
I would love to be just a Bio 1 professor.
I for the longest time was like I would never be a teacher.
Yeah.
And now I'm like I always say I have a history minor. I would love to go back to school while I'm at like towards the end. Like I hope to work at an academic institution.
Yeah.
I'd love to like take that time and go back to like for my master's in education
Yeah.
and then go back and teach history in high school and coach
Yeah.
track like in my like last 5-10 years of life or something. That'd be fun.
Well,
Not
5,
life.
10,
That's
that's
5 to 10 years of like teaching.
prime. Yeah.
Not teaching, working.
Yes. Yeah. Before you're just.
I also said I thought it would be really cool to be like the cool professor who's like teaches like chemistry and history. So it's like, oh, like Mr. Curtis like is teaching. Well, Dr. Curtis at that point. Dr. Curtis over here is teaching like AP chemistry, and it's like and I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna follow him to class next time because he's teaching AP history, and then
exactly.
I got track with him after school.
Are you gonna coach football too?
No, I've never played football. I don't know anything about football.
No, I'm just saying every football coach is a history teacher.
Well, did you hear he's also a chemistry teacher?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. He said history's history.
I'd also run like the quiz bowl or like knowledge bowl or whatever they kind of have at their school going on.
Yeah, or you could just make that.
Yeah, I could make that. Self-fund it. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, we're going to nationals.
Yeah, we are going to
taking a party bus to nationals. We'll fly.
That would be
Stay in the
so
Four
hard.
Seasons.
Bro, they come off full like matching uniforms and everything, just decked out, coming off a private jet.
Shades.
Yeah,
Like,
they come out and get like fifth.
protein bars, everything
Yeah,
lined
they
up for a personal trainer.
They all have like the Beats headphones, like matching
Noise
school colors.
cancellation
Yeah,
locked
just dialed in. They all get like fifth. It's fine. Yeah, it's like good job, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. But no, I want to have. I do a lot of fun like things, and I donate to charity. Actually, no, I'd probably just make my own hospital.
Yeah. because 900 million, like
It would be. I would look for other investors though.
Yeah.
You could find other investors.
Because if you funded most of it, and then you could probably get investors.
Or I just shoot up my own private. Honestly, I'd probably just more likely start my own private. Probably I could not buy it.
There's
UPMC.
no chance in hell he's buying UPMC. What's it worth right now?
353 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So close. 1 out of 353.
Yeah, we got one of them.
But no, I'd probably like maybe start my own private practice.
Yeah.
And then like I would work it like some of the time and also help run it, and then like I just get other people to do it.
Yeah, because you got to make the passive income so that way it's like
because fun fact when you have like $900 million paying a doctor like $500,000 a year just to make them happy there is not going to be hard.
No.
What would I do as my private practice though?
Yeah, would you do like rehab? Would you do just like family medicine?
Oh no, I've had this dream for a while. I would want to open a place that is like it has a gym portion of it that you could just like actually just be a person there and go to the gym, and then it also has like this PT section of it. So like when you're going through your physical therapy,
like a true like PT gym,
like a PT gym, but also like a full actual gym.
Yeah.
And then also
My gym back at home is that.
And it's also athletic training. So like we'd have like athletic trainers there where they could get like trained and go use the gym as part of that. And then PT could come down and use the gym.
So what it sounds like is that the Curtis Institute is going to open up in Philadelphia and completely replace the healthcare system for the Eagles.
That would be sick.
That's what I'm hearing.
And then additionally, I would have like an area on like the top floor where people come in for like actual like orthopedic consults. Like I broke my shoulder. And then like, so we get them x-rayed there, whatever.
So,
and then a
sports clinic with the gym.
Yeah, but like everything.
But you do like obviously like what he's saying is like it's going to be like the most state of the art.
Because like what I'm saying is like I went to like when I had the hip injury, I went down to Southside to go get like checked out by a doctor.
Like one consult, then you go somewhere else.
Then I went to this other place for like my MRI, and then I went to the other place for my like service. Like no, I would have like in Philadelphia, I would open a place that has like a full on like great gym like designed by like state of the art people who know like gym. And then like who know gym. And then not JIMGYM.
Yes.
And then
Bless you.
And then like I'd have this whole like MRI machines, X-ray machines, like get them tested like right there.
That's really cool.
And then like if I could, I'd also have my own OR there.
Or like how would that work?
What do you mean? How would it work?
Oh no, you could do that.
You're literally just have a hospital with a gym, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'd be like a hospital with a gym.
I wish UPMC had a gym.
That's funny.
See, you can just come to the Curtis Institute.
There we go. Yeah.
When will be open?
As soon as he hits the Powerball.
When the next Powerball drawing comes in 56 hours that I haven't bought any tickets for.
Okay, good to know.
You know, that'd be a dream of mine, like having a whole like all-in-one inclusive area where you could see patients from like torn ACL and then just kind of follow them through the entire program. And then like even at the end, they might be like, yeah, I want to use your gym because like, and then you also have the support there where you have athletic training like on staff that are just there to like provide a resource for people who are like lifting and are like, oh, actually like, something weird feels weird about my form. Can you help me out? So you just like
have like actual trainers
on staff, yeah,
so
that you can go out.
Membership cost for this gym.
Well, the entire point is that he's like going to make it very cheap because he's going to be putting all.
I
the
like
money
the sound of that.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Ooh, my tuition's not worth it for this pit gym.
But then I'd also make it so that like I don't know how I would do it, but like I wouldn't get like overcrowded. I'd make sure there's like something going on there.
Well, yeah, you could just like set it up so it's like you have like a set schedule for like when people come in or something.
Yeah, like people would sign up for like gym slots, and even if that system required a lot of like managing, and people like I have the money to do that.
It's like oh no.
And if people really loved it, then I'd make a lot of money and I'd open more.
Exactly.
So you're gonna franchise.
Yeah, so instead of like the horrible Planet Fitness, it would be the Curtis Institute would be all over the world.
Yeah. I like the sound of that. He's slowly going to become UPMC.
Yeah.
And I could just like buy warehouses in the area and just turn them into like gyms.
Yeah.
Because I could even like the Curtis Institute as a whole could be like just a doctor's office and they could just open Curtis gyms everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. The Curtis Institute gyms.
Yeah.
I like how you just completely picked up on the Curtis Institute. Like, that's what you're going with now.
That's the name. You heard if no one take that.
No one take that name, please.
I'm talking to you, Dad. But I would do that. What else? Have I gotten to everything else? Yeah. Buy a lot of houses. I'd retire like everyone I know.
Yeah, like just like retiring friends.
Yeah.
Like just.
Like fix up everyone's houses, like
do like
actually now just buy everyone new houses.
Like just buy new houses, like do whatever.
I'd get on the season ticket wait list for any single sports team I wanted to.
Oh yeah. Eventually, if you had enough passive income, you could buy said team if you wanted.
Well, that's what the Curtis Institute blows up.
Oh, true. Yeah.
The Curtis Institute just buy the Philadelphia 76ers.
Could I also invest in the Curtis Institute, by the way?
Yeah.
I want to be a shareholder.
Okay, so what is this? The Washed Institute now?
No, the Washed Institute, a place where injured athletes can go.
There we go.
Cannot be current athlete.
Yeah, you have to.
It sounds like we just made an idea right here that low key
Okay, so we're deleting this podcast.
Yeah.
We are never telling anybody about this ever again.
It's so bad. 44 minutes of content gone by the
God.
wayside.
Yeah. Just gonna cut this part out of the podcast. No big deal.
Yeah, I feel like I had something else too. I just couldn't remember what. Oh, I would redo certain areas in schools, give money to schools back from
that's something
I grew up.
that just invest in education.
Yeah, because back home we're we're a pretty old population where I live, so a lot of people haven't been going to the schools. So some of the schools our elementary school it's not really used anymore because they don't have enough people to go there, so they kind of all moved over to the middle school.
Yeah,
I would reopen all those places and just be who cares if you don't really use most of the classrooms there because you don't have enough people? Just have your own separate school. I really don't think that kindergartners and fourth graders should be in the same school as
no,
middle schoolers.
Absolutely not.
They're too different in age.
Yeah,
I don't think they belong in the same school. So I do that, kind of buy nice things. My school just recently got turf, and I think they're redoing the track. So they wouldn't need me to do that, but
you would do it. Yeah.
When I was there, they didn't have that, so I would have bought that out. Have nice field management, just get them the things that they really could use. Pay money for decent advisors. Yeah. So
exactly.
people know how to get into college. Do those kind of things.
Yes. Also, I didn't mean to be laughing. I just thought about something.
No, I'm ready.
No, so when you were talking about education, I think that's a really important thing, especially in the very in the much poorer areas of the country.
Yeah,
reinvesting back into education and stuff like
that. We can build a school.
Exactly, build schools
the I Promise school that LeBron James built.
Exactly, yeah. So something that I would definitely do is give the money back that Brett Favre stole.
The Curtis Institute
of Missouri. That Brett Favre stole all the money from the welfare, so I would give that money back to those that deserved it.
It was $1 million. I forget how much it was. It wasn't even that much money he stole. He could have paid for it. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
$500,000.
It wasn't much.
The money that and I don't know, whatever. But that is both a joke, but also serious. Where I would really want to invest in lower income areas and actually give them the resources and schooling to be able to get
$8 million.
You're gonna rename Chevron the Patel.
The Patel Memorial Science.
Dude, you could open a university.
Hustlers,
Hustler. Nah. Well, no. I'm thinking you would have to reinvest some of your money and then build it back up. Mm-hmm. But I think eventually you might be able to, because think about the budget of Pitt right now is $2 billion or something like that.
It's just
but you're saying Pitt, what we're talking about, low level college.
A lower level college. Yeah. You could definitely, you could absolutely build a university.
Yeah, the problem is you're going to bulldoze a lot of places over to get the land.
You're going to buy a lot of land.
Carlo looking kind of crazy right now.
It's already going to expand into Carlo. You don't have.
It already is expanding into Carlo. They're sending Pitt students into Carlo buildings.
I know.
We're taking over.
We are.
First Carlo, then Duquesne,
then Chatham University. Are you kidding me?
No, Chatham before Duquesne.
Yeah, Chatham's just going to get absorbed.
Sure.
We're just gonna drive by.
We're gonna do a flanking technique where we kind of go around them.
What's that term where the cell engulfs the other cell?
No, that's when it comes in. I know what Peter's talking about.
When it expands out and then forms the bubble,
endocytosis.
And then it's the bubble within, and then eventually dissolves. I forget what that's. Endocytosis. I'm just gonna go with that. It just it chomps it. Yeah,
I think that's it.
Well, endocytosis is when the particle comes in and then it kind of forms a little dimple around it, but more pushes into the membrane.
Oh, so it's versus it expanding.
Out. It doesn't extend out per se. It just kind of caves in.
It kind of just
dimples in a little bit. But I get that. Yeah, I get the idea.
Yeah.
It's a flank maneuver in,
exactly.
in World War II.
Exactly.
We're gonna flank
Take
them.
the flanks.
Well, it's almost you wouldn't actually buy them out. You would just circle them so that they felt so suffocated by Pitt all the time. They were just screw it. How much do you want?
Exactly. It's you just hand them a blank check. It's go ahead.
Because if you circled the campus and then you had to convince students to come to Chatham, you had to walk through Pitt's campus to get to our campus.
And then you just show them how much better it is.
Yeah, and then just be okay, you should probably just go there instead. Yeah. But no, I don't know. There's a lot of things I would.
Let's just take Carlo housing.
You know what we do? We build our own university and then we remake Kathy, but better.
But taller.
but 1 foot taller.
That's what people do for like roller coasters and stuff. It's absolutely pathetic. They're like, wait, hold on. We're not the tallest roller coaster in the world. We'll go 1 inch taller.
Exactly.
Because the second tallest academic building in the world is not much taller than Kathy.
No.
It's really not. I don't know when they were built, respectively, so I don't have like good reasons. But I'm like, maybe they just did it to be like slightly taller. But we could just make it. We could start with the own university and then build the Justin Institute as an academic branch off.
The Justin Institute.
Sorry, the Curtis Institute. The Justin Institute's a little corny.
Yeah. The Curtis Institute actually doesn't sound that bad.
Nah.
That's kind of nice.
So like, we'll just build a university.
Yeah.
And then the Curtis Institute comes off of it, and then like we can take med students. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I can make a med school.
Yeah.
It'd be too toxic.
It'd be too cutthroat.
Yeah. But I have cool majors, kind of how like Pitt has. Like I just have like a
random
like a pre-medical science major.
Cool. Yeah.
Because then like people would learn like they would go through like pretty much like medical school classes, but like how in high school you take like AP chemistry and AP bio.
Yeah.
And that kind of prepares you well for like bio 1 and chem 1 at college level. You feel more confident. Like I would do that with like a major at college where like I would teach them
AP back.
Well, what kind of, but like my undergrad class for like a semester would be like hematology and oncology. So like you don't learn the depth of that you learn in medical school,
the basics,
but you get the basics, and then when you get into medical school, you're not like drowned out.
Easier.
But you have to know you want to be a doctor at that point because you do that and you don't want to become a doctor. You have limited knowledge on other things or other majors you might want to pursue.
So you just like you have a specific track where it's like like you're invested in this because like we're not going to teach you everything you need to know, but we're going to teach you to make sure that it's a lot easier going into that.
Yeah, because like I thought about I have some gaps in my schedule for like next year. I'm like some 12 credit semesters, and I was like, I might take they have like immunology in the bio department. I might take
That's
that.
Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I might take that because like it'll prepare me better for medical school, so that unit will be like more familiar to me.
Yeah.
And it would be like a harder class in my schedule, but like, is it worth it to just get that extra exposure? Because like most people, like even for anatomy, Raj, like you and I taking anatomy right now, like we're way more prepared for like med school
like
anatomy.
Anatomy.
I know a ton of people who go to med school anatomy and they're like, they've never learned any of this stuff before.
Yeah, like going in blind is so much.
And even if it's baseline, even if we only need to know 5 branches of the brachial plexus, and in med school you need to know 23. At least we know 5 of them.
At least you know 5, and you know how to like study for each of them.
Yes.
It's like it's obviously not the exact same, but it's like you understand the process.
Yeah. So, because I mean, we don't retain information like crazy. No. I mean, that happens. That you would lose everything. I can't even remember some of the Chem 1 stuff I learned. Like, how do I balance a half reaction? I don't know. But
that was so good.
But at least like you have at least a little bit of like that trigger point. Because
orbitals, never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Subshells. What are they?
What is that?
What is an electron?
Yeah. What's a nucleus?
It is actually funny studying for the MCAT going through some of those where it's like, what is a proton? And I was like, the first time I was like, I don't know what I would call a proton. I was like, I know what it is, but like, what are they? And they're like, oh, just a positively charged like subatomic. Okay, that helps.
Inside, it's yellow.
Aren't the electrons usually the yellow ones?
I don't remember what color code they use.
Well, isn't it yellow?
I would do green for proton, purple for neutron.
What is wrong?
Yellow for an electron.
I did red for electron.
Red? I thought it was always it was like yellow for electrons, blue for
neutrons.
Hold up.
No, for protons, and then like gray for neutrons.
Gray for neutrons makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like they're not charged.
Yeah, red is the. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, huh? I never thought about it.
I mean, you're
like
looking
that.
at this picture from Engineering Archives. It's not necessarily
engineering.
It's not like necessarily gospel.
Yeah.
There's multiple though.
You could also just make them any color you want. Really, it doesn't.
All you have to go is to Microsoft Paint and just.
I thought this was the notebook of the folder debate again.
Oh God.
Oh, that was a throwback.
Who was the one that you were the one that said it was blue?
For what was it?
I was raised
weird.
It's just wrong.
It's green.
I was raised weird. Okay.
But it's water. But green is what you're mixing in the flask. That like, oh my god, you're the worst.
I've got a little while I think with my notebooks this year with color wise. Like I think anatomy is red, which typically anatomy would not be red, but the color. Also, I'm just like I'll go to the store late this year. Like this,
you're also just running out of colors.
I was in Pitt over the summer, so like, this is the first time I like really shop for school supplies like completely by myself. So I was like, I went there like really late, like a couple days.
It's just like whatever.
And I was like, well, this is what they have. I was like, that's fine. That's gonna have to work.
It'll work.
And then you realize that like your notebook colors actually don't matter after all.
No, they
No.
do not matter.
Does not affect class.
As long as you know which one is which, yeah, you're fine.
And also, I don't use them after the first week. So.
Exactly. It's like, you start writing it, then you're like, whatever.
Yeah, wait. I remember you used your anatomy notebook for about like 4 days, and then you're like, I'm just printing the slides.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and then I stopped printing the slides because I stopped paying attention.
Then you're like,
So now I really just don't use anything. I really just shouldn't have bought anything from the gun.
Yeah.
Same thing with physiology. Print slides in the beginning. Started not printing the slides. Started drawing what she was drawing on the board. Stopped doing that. Now suddenly I don't have anything.
whatever.
I don't even pay attention.
I don't even go anymore.
At that point, history, I started taking notes in the beginning.
No shit.
Down the wayside. I don't even use notebooks anymore. The only notebook I use is my MCAT notebook to like write things down.
Yeah, I told myself I was going to take notes in Spanish class. That was funny. I just fly by the seat of my pants and hope that whatever I'm saying makes sense.
I told myself I wasn't going to skip classes this semester. Here
That's
we
fine.
are.
Here we are.
We have to talk about this because I gave Raj so much credit on this pod. Like it was like maybe a couple weeks ago. I was like, wow,
3 weeks ago.
You're batting 90%. Like this is impressive. Like you've been to like 90% of your 8 a.m. classes. And people who might be watching this for the first time, Raj is notoriously bad at waking up in the morning. He's terrible. It's absolutely brutal. But recently, it's been awful. Like terrible. Since we said on the pod since we gave him credit on the pod, barely been to any classes. 0 of 2 today. 0 of 2 yesterday. 0 of... You didn't go to anatomy or...
I didn't go to
intro
anatomy.
yesterday.
I went to intro on Tuesday. I went to phys and intro on Tuesday. That's it.
We don't have intro on Tuesday. We have intro on Wednesday.
Not intro. Issues.
Yes, I didn't go to intro. I didn't go to issues.
I went to issues and I went to phys on Tuesday.
Mm.
Monday I went to class on Zoom. Wednesday I slept in.
Now, granted, when Raj goes
Actually, I went to the gym.
when Raj goes to class on Zoom, this isn't like, well, good thing he went to class. He was just sick. No, Raj went to his class on Zoom because he didn't want to wake up in the morning and go to class.
Bingo.
So we cannot give Raj credit for going to class on Zoom.
The fact I woke up to actually open my computer and do all that says a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
It means I care a little bit.
Yeah, and you've gotten point to the semester where like other people just like issues in healthcare today. Just no one was in class.
Snooze fest.
No one was in class. It's kind of sad. Like I feel bad for the professors because they're just like
he's a good professor.
He is, and
it just sucks his classes at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I mean that's what sucks. Like these professors are actually like decent and they care about their students, and it's just like yeah, but it's like 8 a.m. in the morning. It's like 8.
Yeah.
I almost said
If
8
his
a.m.
class was anything after 10 a.m., I would always go.
And also, it's like, it's issues. Isn't it like a 1 credit class?
No, that's a
It's
3 credit class.
Oh, it's a 3. Oh,
It's
really?
it's pretty interesting though. Like I don't hate the class.
Yeah.
I just hate it's at 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's also tough. Like Raj and I like have a big ego because we're like the only people in the class that are really like med. Like
Really?
Yeah. There's like 5 people in our program, but like one of them's like on the fence.
The other few I don't even know anymore.
Well, one of them was like on the fence. Like one of them was like, I might study for the MCAT this semester, and I was like, you should have already decided if you're going to study for the MCAT. So like, I don't think they are. The other one's like definitely. So like, Raj and I are the only people studying for the MCAT. So like, I don't know. I have less sympathy for people in these classes now because I'm like, oh, like, well, I'm studying for like a really big exam. Like, while I'm taking these classes, so I have less sympathy.
There comes the STEM elitist.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's bad, bro. I'm like. I get my grade back on an exam that's like really good, and I see that I'm like way above the average. And I'm like, what were y'all doing? Like
your ego is through the roof.
I have an ego. I'm not like I'm like wait, hold on. The average was 12 points lower. Like I studied for this exam in 2 days because I took a full length MCAT exam on Friday.
Oh my god!
So people are just not willing to work hard in today's society.
These kids these days, these Gen Z snowflakes.
Some of them, it's bad. I hear all the time people like, it's been a long week. I got to go out and party Friday. I just cannot study for an exam. And I'm like, what's your problem? Like, I was like, you have like 6 exams.
What, are you calling me out?
But then the worst part is they get a bad grade on an exam. They're like, the professor, I couldn't have done anything more. I'm like, yeah, you
that's
could.
The dumbest
I was like, you
part.
could, yeah, maybe you didn't need to get blackout drunk on Friday, wake up at 1 p.m. on
Blaming
Saturday.
the professor after not doing the work is wild.
Yeah. That's what people
It's
do.
the professor's fault. They can't teach, I swear.
That's what they do all the time. And they're like, well, I had to go out on Friday. I was tired. It was a long week. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No.
Like, you simply did not have to do that.
Because there's a difference between going out, not doing well, and then understanding that was on you.
Yeah.
Versus completely shifting the blame to somebody else. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah, when I didn't study for my history exam because I didn't want to, I like understood that if I did bad, It was
That's
on
what
me.
was
Now,
gonna
I didn't
happen.
do bad.
But-
big guy.
But I couldn't miss the Uzma Kappa frat party on Friday.
I love how you didn't want to offend any frats, so you just went Uzma Kappa.
Or Roar Mega Roar.
Actually, it's really funny. So, like, when I texted you guys earlier about the new actress who's playing in Covenant Chaos for Marvel, she was actually Claire, and she was the voice of Claire, who was, like, one of the heads of, like, a club in Monsters, Inc.
Really?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Cool.
Anyway.
Oh, it's this person right here?
You mean that monster?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah. It's like the three-eyed person, purple hair. If you're listening on the pod, sorry, I'm not gonna pull the picture up.
Way too lazy.
Yeah, but no, they're the new character, and one of the voice actresses is now acting in like the TV show, which I thought was funny. I was like, wow,
Look at that connection.
like where have this? Look at where like she's come from. I'm like,
Exactly.
It's that Disney pipeline.
It is.
yeah. I mean, that's like actually I never thought about that. Like, as Disney grows, like being an actress for like older Disney projects, such as like it's crazy to say that Monsters University is like an older Disney project by now, but like
It is.
it pays dividends because like you already are known by some of the like people in that circle. So like as Marvel, Star Wars, and stuff, like you can get gigs through that way.
Yes.
But yeah, that has taken us to an hour, which is
Right on
shocking. We
that.
didn't even get down to the last question, so we can save it for the next podcast along with the other things that we did not talk about.
Cool.
But if there's anything we learned today, it's that $900 million is a lot, way too much money.
It's an ungodly amount of money that no one needs.
Yeah.
I only know what to do with $5. Give me 9 million, not 900.
Dude, you know what to do with $199.
Yeah.
You said that's all you needed.
Man.
Well, you wanted to buy the burrito, but you don't have enough for it. You need tax.
Yeah. You need like
I'll
207.
get myself a Baja Blast.
There you go.
Is
I'm gonna
Baja
go-
Blast that cheap?
It's $1 during happy hour.
It's $1 during happy hour.
During not happy hour.
I'll have to get a small.
Shucks.
Get myself a
Shucks.
nice 8-ounce Baja Blast.
That is like so worthless.
I know.
That's not
Or a
worth it.
shot glass of Baja
Like
Blast.
literally.
I
Like,
want
that's
to
all
go
it
to
is.
Taco Bell and get myself a Baja Blast.
What is that from?
TikTok. I don't know from.
It's
I don't
from
think-
American. No, is it from? I think it's from King of the Hill. I think.
Is it?
I think it's from King of the Hill.
Hold up. Research.
Okay, please have this podcast.
No.
They wouldn't have anything else before we head out.
No.
Chase
Probably
Claypool
don't.
sucks.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If you made it this far, please be sure to drop a like, drop a comment below. We'd really appreciate it. Go follow us on our social medias. We should have a website coming pretty soon. For the Washed Athlete
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
That's
big news.
hype.
We should be having a website coming soon for the Washed Athlete podcast, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't checked out our other episodes and you like this one, please go do that. We have This Week in Sports with interesting content. We have Marvel reviews that are out, and we have a lot of other 35 other full-length episodes like this. So if you enjoyed what you saw, drop a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Washed Athlete podcast.
Peace.
Oh, no.